Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new video. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I am finally bringing back some air fryer recipes. I know you guys absolutely loved these videos and I did kind of stop doing them for a while, but I will start bringing them back to my channel. So to kick these videos back off again, I am coming to you with a Cosori dual zone air fryer recipe video. And this video is kind of based around the summer holidays with our children at home. You guys know that when you've got kids at home all the time, they are constantly hungry and always asking for food and snacks and things like that. So in this video, I have made up a few different things that you can make in your air fryer at home and the kids will absolutely love them. So all of the things that I'm going to show you in today's video are meat-free options. I didn't choose to add meat in any of these foods or recipes, but of course if you want to add meat, chicken or any of that, then go ahead, you can totally do that. So the foods I'm going to show you today are super simple to make and really easy to do, and I'm using really simple ingredients that you probably have on hand anyway. And it's also a good idea to maybe get your kids involved and let them try and make these things. Obviously you will have to help them and you have to be careful around an air fryer and things like that, but to get them involved is just a good idea. It keeps them busy and entertained for a little bit longer. So I hope you enjoy these really quick, I'm not going to call them recipes, just foods that I made in the air fryer. And let me know if you try them out. One of them is my absolute favourite and it's one of the mashed potato recipe that I'm going to show you in this. They honestly turned out so good. They kind of reminded me of hash browns, which I love. So if you like hash browns or your kids do, then try and make them because they are honestly so delicious and I'll definitely be making them more often for the kids. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video and I'll see you really soon in my next one. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to make is these super simple pizza skewers. So you're going to start with a tortilla wrap and then I am adding some tomato puree. You can add whatever base that you prefer. And then we are just going to go ahead and top with lots and lots of cheese. So I'm keeping the pizza super simple. I'm just making it a cheese and tomato pizza, but you can add any other ingredients if you like. And then we are literally just going to start rolling from the bottom. So you kind of want to roll this pretty tight so that it's not too loose. And then once you get there, you just want to press it down, make sure it doesn't open up. And then you're just going to cut this into equal-ish pieces like so. There's no exact measurements or anything like that for this, so just go ahead and cut them. Then you're going to need a skewer to fit your air fryer basket. And then it's just as easy as popping them onto the skewer like so. And that's it. So I'm just going to put these on two separate skewers, pop them into my air fryer basket, and then these are going to cook. So for the options, I've got it on the air fry option at 180 degrees Celsius and I let these go for 6 minutes. And 6 minutes later, you should have something that looks a little like this. So just be careful because the skewers will be super hot, but just carefully take them off and you should have something that looks a little something like this. Now for the second recipe, we're going to go for a sweet treat. So for this, you're going to need 2 slices of soft bread. Make sure the bread is soft. And then you're going to add your favorite kind of spread in the middle. So I'm just using some chocolate spread. It's what my kids like. And then I'm just going to put the other slice over the top. And then I'm just using a fancy little cookie cutter because I find that when foods are in different shapes, kids just seem to like them more. I don't know why. So I picked this star cutter and yeah, it's as simple as that. And then you have a little chocolate sandwich. And all I'm going to do is brush the top of this with some egg wash just so it can get nice and golden brown once it's done in the air fryer. And then you just want to pop this straight into the basket and then we are going to let this cook, and this could not be any easier. So again, we're cooking everything on the air fry option at 180 degrees Celsius for just 4 minutes. And after 4 minutes, you should have something that looks like this. How cute does this look? And honestly, my kids love these. And don't worry, I didn't throw the rest away. I did actually cook that as well. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So now on to the next one, my favorite out of them all. You're going to need some potatoes. You want to peel them, wash them, and then cut them up into small chunks. Then you are going to pop these into a saucepan, cover with some cold water, and you're going to let these boil until they are completely soft. Once they are there, you want to drain them, and then we're just going to go ahead, add a little bit of butter into this, and then we're going to season with some salt, some black pepper, and then I also added some garlic granules because it just tastes so good in there. And then we're just going to go ahead and mash this all up. For normal mashed potatoes, I would add a splash of milk, but to this I'm not going to. I don't want it to get too watery or too thin. And yeah, just mash it up and then add a little bit of cheese. So I added a mix of mozzarella and cheddar just so that these are super nice and cheesy. And then you want to grab some parchment paper, pop all of the mashed potatoes over the top of it. Now, the reason I'm using the parchment paper is just because it's so much easier to work with the mashed potatoes so that they don't fall apart. And I'm kind of just going to form it into a log kind of shape, just so it all sticks together really well. So once you get there, you want to actually cut this into equal size pieces. Again, the sizes don't matter, it's entirely up to you how big or how small you want to make these. So I just kind of cut them, and then yeah, I think I got 9 pieces out of them. So once you've cut them all, you want to go ahead and start shaping them kind of into whatever shape that you like. I didn't have any sort of preference, so I just kind of pressed them down with my fingers like so, and kind of like a little square or rectangle, and that was good enough for me. And then I did use the help of a fork just to kind of put some lines in there as well, just because we're trying to be extra fancy. And there they are in the air fryer. So I did add some parchment paper at the bottom because they were super soft and I don't want them to stick. And then for the settings, again, air fry option 200 degrees Celsius. And I cooked these for 10 minutes, I believe, and I did use the sync cook option that's on the dual air fryer. It's just so good when you're cooking the same thing in both baskets. And once the time was up, this is what they looked like. So I did actually, well, this isn't how they looked actually. I flipped them over and I popped them back in for a further 7 to 8 minutes, because if you only cook them on one side, then they are going to be super soft and they're not going to be crispy. So once the time was up and they cooked on both sides, this is how they turned out, and I cannot tell you how tasty these were. They were so easy to make, but they just taste so good. They were super crispy on the outside, cheesy and soft and fluffy on the inside, and my kids honestly went through these within 5 minutes. They were just completely gone, and I don't blame them because they were just so good. And I'm definitely going to make these again, but here I am breaking into another one just to show you how crispy they are on the top. But yeah, make sure you make these ones. And for the final recipe, we're going to make a good old toasty, because who doesn't like a toasty? I have never met anyone who doesn't. So we're going to make one today. So you've got 2 slices of bread. I'm going to butter 1 slice and then add a lot of cheese. So I went in with some mozzarella, and then I just thought, why not add a little bit of cheddar as well? So that's what I did. And then I was actually making this for my eldest, and she loves a little bit of spice and she's obsessed with jalapenos. So I added some of them on top as well. Then you want to add the other slice of toast on top. And then we're going to go on with some more butter just to crisp the top up really well. Now at this point you can add the cheese on top, but I carefully put the whole thing into my basket first so that the cheese doesn't go all over the place. And then at the very end I added some cheese on the top, just went on with some mozzarella, and then this is ready to cook. So in it goes into the air fryer. Again, I'm using the air fry option. It's just so simple at 180 degrees Celsius, and I cooked this for 7 minutes. And once it was done, it was super golden brown on the top, really crispy, and just so cheesy on the inside. But at this point, like I said at the start, you can add whatever fillings you want. You can add chicken to this if you like, but I'm just keeping all of these recipes super simple. And here we go. This is what it looked like on the inside. Super delicious. I'm gonna give it a little squeeze just because, why not? Just look at that. It honestly looks so good. And just because I'm behaving, I didn't eat this, but my little girl said it was absolutely delicious. So yeah, I hope you try it out as well.